professional record, 39 victories, including 29 knockouts with 1 draw. From Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico, the reigning, defending, undefeated WBC Super Welterweight Champion of the World, Saul Canelo Boxing fans, are you ready? Ladies and gentlemen, in the ring at this time, please welcome.
Wearing black trimmed with gold, weighing in officially at 167 pounds. This Olympian now, as a professional, has a perfect record of 29 fights, 29 victories, including 24 big wins by knockout. Originally from Cameroon, now living, training, fighting out of Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Mesdames et messieurs, the undefeated WBC interim super middleweight world champion.
Champion of the world, Christian Solid Mbilli.
What happens when one of boxing's greatest modern champions faces one of the sport's hungriest undefeated contenders? Could experience overcome youth, or would fresh energy and relentless pressure create the biggest upset in recent boxing history? Welcome back to Boxing Havoc, where we bring you the biggest fight breakdowns, expert analysis, and everything happening in the world of boxing. Today, we're taking a deep dive into a dream matchup that has fans talking across the boxing community. Canelo Alvarez versus Christian Mbilli. This is a fascinating clash of generations, styles, and championship ambition. While Canelo has spent years dominating the biggest stages in boxing, Christian Mbilli has quietly built a reputation as one of the most dangerous rising super middleweights in the world. If these two warriors ever meet inside the ring, it could become one of the most explosive contests the division has seen in years. Let's break down every aspect of this potential showdown and see who would have the edge when the opening bell rings. Saul Canelo, Alvarez hardly needs an introduction. Over the course of his legendary career, he has transformed himself from a teenage prodigy into one of boxing's biggest global superstars. With world titles across multiple weight divisions and victories over elite opponents, Canelo has established a legacy built on discipline, intelligence, and incredible ring IQ. What separates Canelo from many champions isn't just his punching power, it's his ability to adapt during a fight. He studies his opponents, identifies weaknesses, and slowly takes control round after round. His devastating body shots have become legendary, often breaking opponents down physically and mentally before finishing them in spectacular fashion. His defensive movement, counterpunching, and timing make him one of the most complete fighters of this era. Standing across the ring will be Christian Mbilli, one of boxing's fastest rising stars. Undefeated and full of confidence, Mbilli has earned attention through aggressive performances and highlight reel knockouts. His relentless pressure, explosive combinations, and willingness to exchange punches make him one of the most exciting fighters to watch. Unlike many young contenders who rely only on athleticism, Mbilli combines speed with intelligent footwork and constant offensive pressure. Every fight has shown improvements in his technique, patience, and ability to cut off the ring. He understands that facing someone like Canelo would require performance of his life, and his confidence suggests he believes he's ready for that challenge. From the opening round, the pace of this fight would be fascinating. Mbilli would likely try to establish pressure immediately, using his speed and work rate to keep Canelo from settling into his rhythm. Younger fighters often believe that constant activity is the key to beating experienced champion, and Mbilli certainly possesses the engine to maintain that strategy. He would look to throw combinations while moving forward, forcing Canelo to defend instead of controlling the center of the ring. However, anyone who has followed Canelo's career knows that rushing him can be dangerous. Rather than matching his opponent's pace, Canelo prefers to remain calm, observe patterns, and gradually build momentum. During the early rounds, he would likely focus on slipping punches, making Mbilli miss, and delivering sharp counters whenever opportunities appear. This patient approach has frustrated many world-class opponents, turning their aggression into costly mistakes. One of the biggest tactical battles will revolve around distance management. Mbilli performs best when he can stay close and throw combinations without giving his opponent room to breathe. Canelo, meanwhile, excels in the pocket where his upper body movement allows him to avoid punches by inches before firing back with powerful counters. Whoever controls the distance would gain a massive advantage. Body punching could become another decisive factor. Throughout his career, Canelo has consistently invested in body attacks that pay dividends round. Even opponents who begin strongly often slow down after absorbing repeated hooks to the ribs and liver. Against an energetic fighter like Mbilli, targeting the body early could reduce his speed and output as the fight progresses. If Mbilli wants to maintain his pressure, he'll need exceptional conditioning while avoiding those punishing body shots that have ended so many fights in Canelo's favor. Mbilli's greatest opportunity would come through volume punching. Judges often reward activity, especially during competitive rounds. If he can consistently outwork Canelo without taking too much damage, he could build an early lead on the scorecards. His willingness to throw combinations instead of single punches might force Canelo into uncomfortable exchanges more frequently than he prefers. Speed can sometimes neutralize experience, and Mbilli certainly possesses a hand speed to create difficult moments. Still, experience remains one of Canelo's greatest weapons. Having shared the ring with elite champions across multiple weight classes, he has encountered nearly every fighting style imaginable. Pressure fighters, slick boxers, knockout artists, southpaws, and undefeated champions have all tested him over the years. That wealth of experience allows him to remain composed even when fights become difficult. Rather than panicking, he usually makes subtle adjustments that gradually shift momentum in his favor. As the middle rounds begin, the chess match would likely intensify. By this point, Canelo would have gathered valuable information about Mbilli's timing, movement, and defensive habits. Expect him to increase his offensive output, landing cleaner counters while continuing to attack the body. Mbilli, meanwhile, would need to maintain his confidence without becoming reckless. One careless exchange against a puncher of Canelo's caliber could completely change the fight. Championship rounds often separate great fighters from good ones. If the fight reaches rounds 9 through 12, conditioning, composure, and mental toughness become just as important as power and speed. Canelo has repeatedly demonstrated his ability to finish fights strongly, while Mbilli will be entering relatively unfamiliar territory against the toughest opponent of his career. Every mistake becomes magnified under championship pressure, and the fighter who remains disciplined usually emerges victorious. Mentally, this matchup will be just as intriguing as a physical battle. Canelo has competed under enormous pressure for years, carrying the expectations of millions of fans every time he steps into the ring. That experience helps him stay calm during high-stakes moments. Mbilli, on the other hand, would enter with little to lose and everything to gain. That freedom can sometimes produce fearless performances capable of shocking the boxing world. Power is another major talking point. Both fighters possess knockout ability, but they generate it differently. Canelo's power is built on timing, balance, and precision. He doesn't need to throw dozens of punches because one perfectly placed shot can instantly change the fight. Mbilli relies more on explosive combinations and relentless pressure to overwhelm opponents. If he can force exchanges, his power becomes increasingly dangerous. Defense may ultimately become the deciding factor. While Mbilli continues improving defensively, Canelo remains one of boxing's elite defensive technicians. His head movement, anticipation, and ability to roll with punches minimize damage while creating immediate countering opportunity against an aggressive opponent. Those defensive skills could become invaluable. So, who wins this incredible matchup? Christian Mbilli absolutely has the talent, confidence, and determination to challenge any fighter in the super middleweight division. His speed, aggression, and high-volume offense would create difficult moments throughout the contest. However, defeating a fighter of Canelo Alvarez's caliber requires near perfection. Over 12 rounds, experience, ring IQ, body punching, defensive awareness, and championship composure often prove decisive. Our prediction is that Christian Mbilli enjoys success early by pushing a fast pace and winning several competitive rounds. But as the fight progresses, Canelo begins making adjustments, slowing Mbilli with devastating body shots before taking control during the championship round. Whether by unanimous decision or a late stoppage, Canelo's experience gives him the edge in what would undoubtedly be an entertaining and high-level battle. No matter the outcome, this is exactly the kind of matchup boxing fans love to imagine. A proven legend defending his legacy against a fearless contender determined to change the future of the sport. Fights like these remind us why boxing remains one of the most exciting sports in the world. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to Boxing Havoc, and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest fight analysis, predictions, breaking boxing news, and exclusive content. Let us know your prediction in the comments below. Does Canelo successfully defend his legacy? Or is Christian Mbilli ready to shock the boxing world? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video, right here on Boxing Havoc. Subscribe to Boxing Havoc.